fun.
But wait! There's more! I gotta cut this in. I come around and there's the boss right there. The shop foreman. Oh, she's such a good helper. Here, I haven't posted anything up in a while. So this is the progress on the old school buggy. I've got things finally tack welded into place. Boy, if you don't think that is a trip, trying to get this stuff balanced and supported and lined up, all these points, and I got all my little tacks, mostly in an inconspicuous spot, like 2 tacks per joint, I guess you want to call it. This is just sitting up here. This will not be used, but it's kind of helping me. This was a scrap from another buggy build. Alright, I thought I'd post a little update here. It's early in the morning. This is where I'm at so far. I've got it all tacked up. Just got the basics here. It's, you know, far from complete, but it's not perfect. I'm a little frustrated with my welds, and I'll just, you know, I kind of like tack things, but there's a few that I've done here, and I've tried practicing. Where's my practice plate? I thought I was pretty pleased with this, and I tried different settings. This isn't just one setting, and here's one where it kind of looks good, but I missed it completely. I went on the upper pipe, and this is kind of a dirty, rusted piece of pipe. It's not new. The tubing is new. Some scraps that I didn't use, but you know, I'll go a little ways and try a setting, and I really was happy with that one. I thought, well, there you go. There was one over here where I forgot to turn the gas on. Yeah, I think that was over here, and you know when you're out of gas, it starts to spatter, and in my case, I just forgot to turn it on, and it seems like I've already getting close to doing a bottle. But I don't know, you can see the bubbles. It's just a little bit off on that one, and that one's pretty darn close, but it's the same direction, and it might be the table. I did take a lot of pains to get things leveled up before I started doing anything. I wonder what this one's like. Yeah, see, that's pretty consistent. So I think my table's off. I had a little piece of sheet that I put underneath things here. I got a welder who's showing up. He's a pipe fitter who's retired that I used to work with, and always admired his welds, and mostly stick welding, I suppose. I don't know, but I told him, I says, I don't need you to weld it. I want to do it myself, but what I want to figure out is quit hunting for these different settings, and I want to, some of it, you know, I'm cleaning the pipe. I wipe my pipe down with a rag with paint thinner, paper towels, and I'm doing that. Matter of fact, I want to get that bottle down so I don't forget, and I wanted to show my friend what I'm using. I know those pipe fitters, they're real particular when they, but you know, you're talking big, Schedule 40, you know, 12-inch, 6-inch pipe, and I'm just using some paint thinner, cleans and thins, and some paper towels. I try not to keep those accumulating in the garage. I get rid of that stuff or set it outside in a 5-gallon bucket and put a lid on it. I don't need that when I'm throwing sparks around here. You can see where my prep area is and cutting stuff, and it's so time consuming, and I end up every single time, every single joint, I have ended up finishing it by hand. Got a half-round bastard file, rat tail file, a great big old round file. That's just, it is what it is. Got my measuring tape, got my marker. I don't know how much of this, I don't know how long my friend Ralph is going to be able to stay, but Okay, a few hours later my buddy left and we never changed a single setting on this welder, and he did a couple little sample welds. What did I do with that plate? Oh yeah, we did some of this stuff here, and these two I had done, and then he went around and did that, and some of that. I think I did this part over here, and then we went ahead and did some stuff on the frame, and you can see the difference in his weld. Where else did he weld? Oh, look at this beautiful thing. Isn't that something? Okay, so we know it's not the equipment, it's operator error, and yeah. So he's watching me, and he's saying, "Greg, you're moving all over." He says, "Are you seeing what you're looking at there, you know?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I got this self-tinting helmet here." And, you know, he says, "Well, it's like you can't see what you're welding." And I said, "Well, when it arcs, then I kind of see it." And he says, "Well, try it again, you know." Where else did he weld? Gosh, he did some nice stuff. Look at that. It's just a nice, neat, compact weld instead of these big goobered up things that I did. And here was one that I in particular had a problem with and asked him for help on. And I had a big gap over here, and he got right through that thing for me. And so yeah, now, so technique. Yeah, it takes practice. He's did it most of his life, but here's the ticket right here, buddy. A good helmet. A good helmet. This is a speed glass helmet, and I'm telling you, it just makes all the difference. You can see. I mean, I'm gonna put it on here. He left it with me. We've been friends for a long time, so he trusted me with that. He gave me a Christmas present, got me these nice pliers. I want to thank him for that. He gave me some of this paste that you dunk your cone in, and it helps it from getting loaded up so quick. But yeah, I'm just tickled to death. So I'm about out of gas. I'm going to finish off what I got, and then I'm going to keep at it here and make some more progress. Get you a good hood. You got to see what you're doing. And for anybody that's just curious, I don't know if this is we're using a Lincoln 215 MIG welder, 230 volt. My setting for this 095 tubing is 19 volts and 241 on the feed, and I'm using a gas mix. I think it's 15% CO2, and the rest is argon, and I got my pressure setting at about 20 inches. They don't go by PSI. I got my setting set at 20, and he says 25 is good, between 25 and 30, you know. So yeah, you're going to use some gas, and I haven't done that much, and I'm already through my first bottle here. So I hope that helps somebody. And you know, I ain't going to say the rest of this is going to be beautiful, but it's going to be, at least I have the confidence of knowing that it's a machine and I can see my work. And these type of helmets, this is a top of the line brand. You're looking at like $300 versus I think I paid $75 for this years ago or less, and I think I said I'm at Harbor Freight for over $100, and I kind of balked at that. But yeah, a good helmet if you're in it for the duration of the ride here. Well, we're making a mess now, let me tell you. I figured I better turn the camera on and just kind of record some progress here. This is part of I'm building the tail end now. I got it marked for, I'm gonna grind it with my flap disc. That takes a lot of material off. I got my bandsaw clamped to the table here. Okay, about ready to call it a night. I feel satisfied. This is what my tail is up to this point. Just got everything tacked into position. Yeah. Cleaning up, gonna go inside, call it a night, have some dinner, cuddle up with the doggy. Yeah, little short back, but I'm gonna have a accent or something. Not really a long back. It's gonna give no engine protection, but yeah. Got this old pad. I took it off the other one. It's just a Velcroed deal, but I kind of like it. And I'm thinking I might just start off with those things. Yeah. Little Naugahyde and Velcro strip. I'm sure there's roll cage pads out there by the gazillion, but this is something I have, and everything came out pretty good. This was 24, this was 36, this is 36, that's 36. No, I think this one was longer. I think this one was 38. But when you start duplicating dimensions, it's amazing. And the angle on this rod is, I think, the same as the angle on this rod. So you get a visual when you look at it from a distance, which I'm not really working on that. I'm more looking at it from a practical standpoint. I need to put a bar across here about fist high to support my steering wheel, and also this top frame, oops, banging into myself here. But I'm real pleased with the progress so far, and we'll keep forging on. All right, a little update. Got a rolling chassis, got rear suspension. It does go up and down, so that's holding itself up. It's on tires. This right front tire, I'm afraid, has seen its better days. I dismounted it and remounted it, and I don't think it's going to stay too full. It was leaking all the way around the outside rim, and I got that sealed up, just cleaning the sand and crud out of it. They're tubeless tires, but I think if I was going to use them, I'd have to use some tire sealer, like a quart or so in each of the front tires. That's what is a normal thing, and the back ones, paddle tires, sometimes more. These are tubeless, but these are some extra wheels and tires that I had, and I want to keep all my vehicles with wide 5 holes. I'm using the 4-hole drum because it's going to make getting this thing rolling quicker, and I have a known IRS transmission that I think I can start off with, that has got a slightly different welded 3rd and 4th. There's so much to do on a car like this. Boy, oh boy, I just don't know where the time goes. Busy as a bee. Got it rolling. Got wheels, tires, bearings. This thing could go down the road if I had an engine and transmission in it. I decided to go with the IRS rear for this very reason. It's simpler to move around in the garage. I haven't decided how I'm going to do this back part, but there is so much to do. It's not fully welded. I still have some more bracing to put in, but it's together enough where it can support itself. And you would not believe how many hours you spend sitting in there just thinking and trying to decide how you want it and try to get it right the first time. So I even got the torsion bars in there, the stock torsion bars. So we're just gonna get it rolling. I have a good transmission with IRS flanges on it, and there are so many things to do. This blue tape is kind of where I'm thinking I want to drop down from my roll bar and overhead support. Kind of haven't decided. Really having fumbling around with a non-stock shock absorber setup, which at my age I don't know. I don't know that it's. I see so many guys building all these long travel buggies with coilover shocks, and if you if you're using a stock setup, now I understand completely why they do it. This stuff is all hanging down below the car. If you're going over rocks or something, it's going to get hung up. But I noticed that right next to it, the tire kind of is even lower than that. So it seems to me that if the tire is going to go up over, it's also going to lift the bottom shock mount up and over. And I've ran this stuff on my Baja, the stock stuff, for years and years. I haven't had a problem yet, knock on wood. So, yeah, these brakes are pretty much ready to go. I am using the adapters. I put these oversized tires. These are 10-inch rims with minimum offset. And I am using the wheel adapters here in the middle just to kind of get a feel for it and see how things line up and see where tire clearances are. Now with the swing axle setup, I already had it set up with swing, so I could see where my tires and make sure that I had enough room and clearance. And a shock mount position that I prefer will come up into this, and then I'll probably have a tube going down. Keep in mind I have to have a gas tank back here and a battery. I'm liking the welder. I want to get this thing flipped over once nice weather returns. Oh, but I got my old Cooper Copra 4-hole. These are 8-inch, and I'm telling you, I'm fighting for every little inch that I can if I want to get this truck backed into the garage. We might not get anything as far as snow, but we sure do need the moisture. So anyhow, little update. I'll keep you posted. I just there's so much to do. I just don't have time to be setting up the camera. And a lot of it is, it's not the final outcome. If anything, I'm just sort of sharing my thought processes. This was just for bracing, so when I landed it on the ground, I'd have something before I tied these upper ones in. It's all fun. Head out and have some fun. But wait! There's more! I need a burrito. That's what I need.